Greetings. It is I again, Eric, your humble servant. Today I'm going to bring to you once again, a tool. A tool you can use for engine building. This is a tool you're going to use if you are reusing the pistons that are in the engine. I have here, this is a piston out of a car. That was the motor, obviously the motor was rebuilt. But when you rebuild, before you put new piston rings on, you're going to want to clean the lands that the piston ring goes in. That's going to be all carboned up. And you want to make sure you get that ring to seat properly on the piston. Now, you could use a wire brush, but you're going to screw up the piston. You need to get in there and get that carbon out. So how are we going to do this? I got it. It's an old tool, but it works good nonetheless. It is a piston ring land cleaner. Say that 5 times fast. Alright, so the way this bad boy works is you got about 5 blades on here on this wheel. Okay? So what you do is you loosen this up and it turns. It's supposed to turn. And it indexes on what size you need on your piston. So you take this off and you just go in, okay, that's too thin. That's too thin. See how it's snug? So that would be the blade that you would use. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to put it on this tool. There's a pin here, that's a locator. I don't know if you can see that. But it slides down on that locator. And then what you're going to do, you're going to put the set screw back on here, and that's going to lock it into place. Now, there's this tab here that you're going to push in with your finger, and it slides. Now, you're going to take your piston. You're going to put this inside your piston ring land. You're going to, again, push in this tab, and what you're going to do is you're going to get that in there so it holds the piston. And basically what you're going to do, you're going to go like this until that piston ring land gets shiny. Okay, because obviously then once it gets shiny, the carbon's removed and you can then install your new piston rings. It's going to help them seat better. It's going to keep any kind of float out of there. It's also going to help when you're measuring a ring end gap. It's going to make it more consistent of what you should really have on there. So, I know it's an old tool, but the principle is the same. You don't scratch up the piston. This just simply cleans out the piston ring land and gets the carbon out so you can reuse the pistons. And if you can reuse the stock pistons and they're not all beat up, this will actually save you money on a new set of pistons. So, anyway, that's my tool for today to bring to you. You can see if you can find one of those. I've had that one for a while. You should be able to still get it. And if you're building a lot of motors or you plan on a rebuild shortly, I would highly recommend finding something like this to put in your toolbox. It'll help save you some money down the road. So, that is all I have for today. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Again, it's Eric Biggie Snyder. You can also hit me up on ericsnyder802@gmail.com. Hit me up on Instagram, ericsnyder26. Please, if you have another idea for a tool that does the same thing that this thing does, please let me know in comments or you can email me. Again, this is not the only way to do it. It's just the way that I do it. I'm sure everybody else has a different way, and I'm not saying that mine's better. I'm just saying it's just one of many ways that you can do this. So let me know. That way I can learn too. I like to be a student of the sport. And of all things with drag racing, I like to learn something. So if you know of something, let me know so that way I can learn something. All right? So take care of each other. Have a great day, and we'll talk with you. Bye now.